What's up, everyone? This is Dr. Nee. Welcome back to my favorite time of the week. It is 5 Minute Friday. This is opportunity to hear from previous guests on their take on how they've been able to get past fear, insecurity, as well as procrastination. And on this episode, you're going to hear from Dr. Dianne Ansari-Winn. She is the host of the Doctor's Life podcast. She was episode 78. The link will be in the show notes. And she is an anesthesiologist as well as a physician development coach. She not only coaches doctors around stress and burnout, but she also helps them to become coaches themselves so they can help and support each other. And I think that's a really smart idea. I had a really great time interviewing her for that show. So make sure you click on the links to check out that episode. But on this segment, you're going to hear how literally systematically she breaks down fear and how she's able to use it to move and propel herself forward. She has a take on fear that I haven't really heard from anybody else, and I think you all are going to learn a ton from this. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hear from Dr. Dianne Ansari-Winn. So Dr. Dianne, obviously you stepped away from medicine, which is very scary. You've gotten into coaching. There's some imposter syndrome there. There's so many different things that you've done that it takes a while to kind of get over that sensation of fear or scared or even being nervous to take action. Can you talk to the audience about fear, how you've been able to get over that and take action?
Yeah, actually, I'm really happy to talk about this. It's funny you mention it because actually fear and anxiety is something that I struggle with.
Really?
And yes, people wouldn't
Let's
know
hear
from the
about this.
outside. So it's like, this is so timely. So what I have learned about fear is that if you look at trying to conquer it, it's something that'll be difficult to succeed. Because the way that I look at fear is actually just telling you kind of to look out for things or to be careful or mindful. So fear is just trying to keep you safe. The deal with fear, though, is that it can be irrational. And so sometimes it's hard to separate like what's really scary from what is in your imagination as being scary. And as docs, we like safe. We are actually trained in safety, right? We actually get rewarded for being safe and doing the safe thing, do the right thing. And so that's kind of part of our DNA as doctors. So the thing to learn about fear is to work with fear. When you have a fearful thought, you can first recognize it like you would any thought. Thoughts come and go like clouds. They're just thoughts. So even if you feel that in your body, you can recognize that, oh, that's how fear shows up in my body. So that's the first thing. Just recognize it and give it value, because the thing about fear is that if you do not recognize it and you don't give it value, it will continue to plague you and haunt you. It's just like a little kid that's like pulling on your pant leg, wanting attention. If you don't give the kid attention, they're going to keep wanting attention. So pay attention. See what it's telling you. Is it really like that you're about to get run over by a car, or are you just sitting at your desk afraid that afraid to be exposed because of starting your podcast? There's like completely different things. So there's recognizing it. The second is just to thank it. Thank you for sharing. And then you can go on about your day, like your order of business. So what is really in front of you? What is it that you really want to do? And then look at like, what are you fearful of? Are you fearful of being embarrassed? That's like my big thing. Are you fearful of doing the wrong thing? There's so many things you're fearful of, but look at the likelihood of what is the possibility that could happen. And then look at the worst case scenario. I was trained as an anesthesiologist, right? So for me, like the worst case scenario, if I made a mistake, is someone could die. Is the worst case scenario, if you say too many times on a podcast, is somebody going to die?
Love it.
Like, is anything going to happen? Look at it more realistically and almost look at it like soothing yourself. And we don't learn how to do that as adults a lot of the time. But think of like if you had your best friend or a child. I have kids, so I think of it that way. They came to you and they said, if I said to myself, like, Dianne, I have this fear of doing a podcast, or I have a fear of public speaking. And I would speak to myself and say, you know what, it's okay. Everybody feels fearful. There are actors who have stage fright and they're very successful. you've overcome so many obstacles, you can do it. So there's recognizing the fear, giving the attention that it's due, saying thank you, and then just talking yourself through over to the other side. There's actually a quote that I put up on my Instagram from Jack Canfield, and I actually have it on my wall here. It says, everything that you want is on the other side of fear.
I just heard that from Will Smith, actually.
Yeah, well, you got it from Jack Canfield.
I love it.
And yeah, remember that. So that's my feel on fear. I live with it and I'm still successful, and you can live with it and be successful too.
Hey guys, if you really enjoyed this episode, there's plenty more coming. Make sure you hit your subscribe button on your favorite podcast app. And also at the same time, leave me some feedback. Let me know what you think about this clip, this segment. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.